Hi, everyone. I'm really excited at the opportunity to tell you about the future of home financing. My name is Olu Olufote, and I'm one of the founders of RenterBuyer. We're a rent-to-home platform that enables anyone, yourself, anyone you know, to own a home gradually in monthly installments without the need for a mortgage. So let's start by exploring what exactly is wrong with mortgages. For the new generation of aspiring homeowners who feel stuck, having to pay a much higher sum in rent than they would if they owned the very same property, there are two main problems they see with mortgages. First, the deposit problem. As the media headlines show, the mortgage requirement for a 10 to 15% deposit upfront automatically prices out many first-time buyers for many, many years. The deposit problem is one we often hear a lot about, but there's another equally important problem that hardly gets a mention: the credit scoring problem. Did you know that 1 in 4 first-time buyers who have managed to save up their deposit still have their mortgage applications declined due to credit scoring? If you know a thing about credit scoring, then you know that you can have a low credit score even if you've never defaulted on a loan or had a missed payment. In fact, for Anna and Leslie, it was because they've never needed to borrow, therefore had no prior credit exposure. For Kevin, the computer said no, simply because he's a self-employed freelancer, believe that or not. And for Mo, like I was years ago when I moved into the UK, it was because he'd not lived here long enough to build a credit score. So we know there's a problem, but how big is this problem? 2 words: very big. There are 10.3 million renting households in the UK, representing a potential £34 billion rent-to-buy market. However, we're currently only focused on the 1 in 3 renting households who want to buy now, but can't because they need another 3 years to save up the deposit or build up their credit score. So if only there was a way that we could solve the problem for these people, help them move into the property they want now, rather than in 3 or more years' time when they're mortgage ready. Well, you guessed it, we cracked it. We've developed a gradual home ownership program that enables an aspiring homeowner to choose the home they want now. We arrange to fund the purchase, and they buy back from us gradually in monthly installments until they own it outright. It's that simple. Each monthly payment also gets recorded on a credit file. So over the course of the period, not only are they building up equity stake in the property, but they're also massively improving their credit score. The homeowner can stay with us all through the program until they own the property outright, 100%, without ever needing a mortgage. Or if they wanted, they could exit at any point after they've owned at least 10% equity. So they can exit by selling, or if they wanted, get a traditional mortgage. So how does this compare to renting or mortgaging? From a deposit perspective, it's a no-brainer. A buyer on our program can afford a lot sooner. They only need 2% deposit upfront versus 10 to 15% deposit required for traditional mortgages. Compared to renting, it's another no-brainer. Every single month, their monthly payment is at least 10 to 20% discount to market rent. So the buyer has more to contribute towards ownership than paying up towards renting. Finally, we have a strict but much fairer underwriting process. So we only work with buyers who have good enough income to afford the monthly payment, but we do not discriminate on the basis of self-employed status or not having had prior credit exposure. So you're probably wondering, so how do we fund all these purchases? We operate, on the supply side, we operate a unique 2-pronged fund and find business model. The fund model is exactly as it says. We work with our private and institutional investment partners to fund the purchase of the properties that we make available on a rent-to-buy basis. Our find model is a non-capital intensive model where we're working with developers and landlords who supply the property assets. For both our fund and find supply models, the investor or developer gets a superior return on their investment or asset than they would have if they were simply investing in buy-to-let. So how do we make money? We make money by earning a one-off upfront arrangement fee from the demand side and a recurring asset management fee from the supply side. So this is where it gets really exciting. Our technology not only allows us to automate and scale up the entire rent-to-buy journey, but we're also using data science to build affordability checks that gives each user their purchase readiness score and a personalized checklist of the exact actions they need to take in order to be purchase ready, in order to improve that score. Not only that, once the homeowner moves into their home, they get access to a personalized dashboard that tracks the change in their equity stake from month to month, all through the journey from renting to owning. Pretty cool stuff. So how do we know this will work? Well, we're not just planning to do it, we've actually done it. Over the last 6 months, we've had over 500 customer applications, all organic through the website. We've pre-qualified over 200 of those on the basis of income and affordability, and we've actually completed 2 deals to prove the concept, so we're income generating. So we know this works. How do we know we can scale? A similar model, a somewhat similar model, has scaled successfully in the US, with a US company reportedly getting ready to IPO after having done over $2 billion worth of deals, just one company. In the UK, the government has adopted a similar model in the government Help to Buy and Shared Ownership Scheme. We know that this model has helped over 400,000 households get on the property ladder. We also know this for a fact. The government has publicly announced that the Help to Buy scheme is coming to an end soon. So the market is crying for a credible alternative to step into this space. So let me tell you why I believe, and we believe, that we are that credible alternative, and we're much better than anything else that's in the market. First, we're the only model that actually solves both the deposit and credit scoring problem, because our entire model is designed to do exactly just that. All through the program, we help a buyer build up both their deposit and their credit score. Secondly, our business is the only model out there that isn't entirely dependent on capital because of our unique find model, where we're simply working with developers and landlords to supply the property assets. And finally, we do not limit buyers' choice in their choice of property. Help to Buy, for instance, limits you to just new builds. Some of the other tech startups out there limit you to just existing builds. We don't. So why take all of that, and you've got an amazing proposition. So let's move from an amazing proposition to the amazing dream team that we've assembled. All the co-founders have a strong background as property investors. So we understand this problem, not just from a buyer's perspective, but also from a property investor's perspective. In terms of individual experiences, my background is in banking and management consulting. So I not only understand how great businesses are built and run, but how mortgage finance works end-to-end, the problem with them and how to fix them. Naresh, our CTO, has over 15 years experience in product development and software engineering. And until he joined RenterBuyer, was head of software for a publicly listed entity. Gareth, our CMO, has startups running through his veins, having helped build a number of successful startups, including as co-founder and CMO of Proudmix, a company that built an amazing brand and was valued at £100 million before it was acquired. Working closely with the founding team, a strong team covering underwriting and compliance, product design, marketing, and customer relations. Well, I know this is the bit you've all been waiting for. Where do you sign? We're raising £1 million in seed equity, and that would enable us build the infrastructure to support our current demand pipeline and customer wait list. For this, we only want to work exclusively with strategic investment partners who understand this space and are as passionate about solving this problem as we are. In addition to the seed round, we're also giving an opportunity for you to invest directly in the rent-to-buy property asset class that we've created. In summary, we're solving a real problem at scale. We've built an amazing product and proposition, and we've assembled the very best team to help execute on this. The question is, do you want to sit on the fence and watch while this happens, or do you want to jump in right now and be part of the future of home financing? Thank you.